I wanted to just say about the circus community that I'm in, that I know that people love, right? People love the circus community. You love Cirque du Soleil, you love your traveling circuses, but that we are just finally starting to do this. We are finally starting to have the conversations. It's another turning point, I will let everyone know, in my own healing journey, because I never thought that this was going to happen. I never thought that there would be a conversation at large in and around abuse and assault and harassment within the circus community, because the circus community is quite sick. And I know for people, it's a very kind of glamorous environment, and everyone does a lot of very cool, beautiful things. But I want to let you know that we have a very sick environment, and it's just as sick, if not sicker, than USA Gymnastics. And rape and assault and harassment and abuse is so rife within the circus community. And we need to have so many more discussions around it. And it's very difficult to push that forward, but there is now a collective of performers and people involved in the circus world at large that are finally starting to take this conversation seriously. There has just been a barrage of reporting that's happened because circus is just like USA Gymnastics, where it's all these abuses are happening. Everybody knows that it's happening. Everybody knows who everybody is that's perpetuating these things, but no one goes anywhere to do anything. Everyone knows that they can act with, I think the word is impunity. And that's how it is with the circus world. It's very anarchical in our circus environment. And just the way that people really build you up if you're an Olympic gymnast or you've succeeded, that's what they do to us in circus. So when I was being abused, with my French circus duo partner, people would just tell me, oh, but what you do is so amazing. I mean, find a way to make it work. And, it's just, you have such an amazing job, right? You get to do what you love, right? He can't be that bad. And, it's not that bad. And my story is very, very, very common. There is a level of abuse that's tolerated in the circus world that would just terrify you. And no one actually brings it into the real world. We're able to kind of shield it over here in the circus world because everybody just sees kind of the faces of who we are and sees the beautiful paint and sees the shows, and they don't want to go there. And I understand it's hard. People don't want to go there. But what I feel so safe in this discussion today and with Dancing Is My Voice is that we're all here for it. So, I'm not in a lot of environments and spaces too where people really want to hear what I have to say, because I'm going around speaking about rape, molestation, abuse, harassment. So for me, I just participated on a big panel, and it has been a godsend in my healing to speak my story to my actual community, because I've been speaking about the abuses I suffered in circus, but in different ways. I wasn't speaking to my own community about it up until recently. My French circus duo partner is still very popular. He was just on the last season of America's Got Talent. It has all the things in and around the perpetrators that, always happen, where, he has such a track record behind him and, continues to be praised and lauded. So that's something that I am very much fighting right now and trying to move the needle on. But for me, again, it's about legislation and about laws. I am that person, because I don't think people realize just how lawless the circus world is. There is nothing there to protect you. Nothing. I mean, with such a big profession and such a huge network and sophisticated companies that are going around, there is nothing, no one that you can go to if something happens to you. And you're usually isolated outside of your country of origin. So the idea that you would go and get help is even less, because we know how hard it is to report in our own country, in our own language. I mean, I've spoken to detectives and things, and they have no idea what I'm saying. And how is it that you don't understand what I'm saying? And now I have to, imagine going and reporting in a different country where the laws are different, the laws are shaky. You're not always safe and protected. If you report as a woman, they can put you in prison. So, when I'm in these spaces, I recognize there needs to be other policies and other protections for circus artists that is cohesive, that we can fall back on when we are taken advantage of, which happens, unfortunately, more often than not within the circus space, but at least it's finally coming to light and people are actually reporting to the police, which they've never done in this business before.